My name is Matthew Edwards. I lead the mobile automation team for Aquent. Our iOS and Android tests are run in a variety of ways. We use the Android emulator and iOS simulator on our local computers. We've also purchased real Android and iOS devices. To automate the test, we use Sauce Labs and their remote virtual devices. Remote physical devices are coming soon to Sauce Labs. We selected Appium because it's an easy technology for our existing manual QA team to learn. Now, everyone on the QA team uses Appium to write iOS and Android tests. The lifecycle is as follows. Jenkins makes a build of Woven from GitHub. The Appium Ruby console is used to create a test. Test code is reviewed and merged on GitHub. Jenkins runs the test using Sauce Labs. For more information about Woven, visit the link below. This test is View Album, and we're running it on iOS. On the console, you can see the network traffic. We're posting iOS in the desired capabilities. This is how Appium knows to run the test on iOS. Appium will automatically launch the iOS simulator. In addition, it will launch Woven. You'll see here that it's setting an implicit wait of 30 seconds, and it's running mobile reset. This means if an element fails to locate, it should try again up to 30 seconds. And every test will start at the same point because we're running a mobile reset. So, for example, if a user is logged in, after resetting, they will not be logged in anymore. In blue, we see the test name. This is the View Album test, which signs in, views an album, and logs out. In green, you see the actual Ruby code that's running. In this case, we're on the splash page. We'd like to navigate to the sign-in page. We do that with button signin.click. You can see in the network traffic this is implemented as an XPath. We're looking for a button that contains the text, sign in. We've found the button, and now we're clicking on it. We've successfully transitioned to the sign-in page. Now we're looking for the email text field. We've set the value of that text field. And if you notice, on iOS, the keyboard is brought up. On Android, the keyboard will not be on screen after entering a text field. So, to ensure the tests run cross-platform, we will be dismissing the keyboard after entering a value in a text field. Now we're typing in the password. On iOS, this is considered a secure text field. On Android, it does not make this distinction. I've made some additions to the Ruby framework that we're using so that it treats text fields the same across iOS and Android. In this case, we've filled in the password, and now we're dismissing the keyboard. Now we're ready to sign in. We use button signin.click, and we've successfully signed in. Now we're looking for the album. In this case, there's only one album, and so we're selecting the first one using XPath. We found the album, and now we're clicking on it. We're waiting for the photos to load. In this case, the photos are considered buttons, and we know all of them have loaded when there are 10 buttons on the screen. In this case, we want the last photo. In order to see the last photo, you must flick downward. Now the last photo is on screen. We're waiting 5 seconds for the flick to end. And now we will be clicking on the last photo. In this case, it is the last button. The photo is now displayed on screen, and the menu fades away. To go back, we'll need to tap on the screen with mobile tap. And now the menu is back. So we'll be able to locate the back button and exit the single photo view. Now we're in the album view, and we'd like to go back. It's searching for the back button. And now it's clicking the back button. We're accessing the settings now because it's time to log out. Now it's looking for Woven Account. Woven Account is not on the screen. On iOS, it will be able to find it anyway and scroll automatically for you. On Android, if an element is not on the screen, it will not be able to find it, and you will have to scroll down using a mobile swipe. In this case, it found Woven Account, and it clicked on it. We're now ready to sign out. Clicking on the Sign Out button triggers an alert. We accept the alert, which completes the sign out. You'll notice that the test took 2 minutes and 30 seconds to execute. I have slowed down every HTTP call so that this test was easier to explain. Normally, the tests run much faster without an artificial delay. Now we'll look at a similar test for Android. You'll notice in the desired capabilities, we're requesting an Android device. This is how Appium knows that we're running on Android. In addition, we're specifying an activity to launch and an activity to wait for. Similar to iOS, an implicit wait is set, and we're running a mobile reset. Now the app is at a known good starting point, and we're ready to run the test. The test name is in blue, it's View Album. We're going to sign in, view an album, and log out. In this case, we're not running button signin.click. Instead, Android has ID support. This means we can identify the button by ID, and if the button's text changes over time, the test will not have to be modified because the ID remains constant. We've clicked on the sign in button, and now we're ready to enter the email and password. The email is entered, and you'll notice we're continuing our use of ID, and a keyboard is not toggled. Now that we have both an email and password, it's time to log in. And we do that by clicking the sign in button. Now we've transitioned to the View Albums page, and we'd like to select the Android SDK album. And we do that with a text selector. In this case, it's text Android space SDK, and we're clicking on it. Now we'd like to open the last image. On Android, images are considered image views for this particular app. And so we're finding all image views, selecting the last one, and clicking it. We've successfully clicked on the image, and we have activated the single image view, and the controls have disappeared. To bring the controls back, we're executing a mobile tap, and that allows us to click the back button. Now we're ready to exit the album view, and we'll be clicking back again. Now it's time to log out, so we'll be accessing the settings page. On the settings page, we need to navigate to Woven Account. Woven Account is not on the screen, so we'll need to scroll down to find it. There's a scroll to method, and that is intelligent enough to scroll to the element and then return it so we can click on it. So now we're scrolling to Woven Account, it's on screen, and we're clicking on it. Now in the upper right hand corner there's a button. Normally you would click on that button and click sign out. However, depending upon the Android version, that button will not exist. So, to work everywhere, there's a hardware menu button, and we're going to run that instead. The way we activate the hardware menu button is by sending key code 82. This ensures that we will always activate the menu button regardless of the Android version. Now we see Sign Out. We can access Sign Out with the S-text selector, meaning static text, and once we've identified the element, we're ready to click on it. Clicking on Sign Out activates a dialog box, and we're ready to accept that with Accept Alert. And now the test is finished, and we're back to where we started. I've collected a number of links related to the technology that was presented today. They are available on GitHub. Also, we're hiring. Thank you for attending the webinar.